Hello again, Twitch. Welcome back. Thank you for allowing me those few minutes. And YouTube, welcome in. This is not a simul broadcast, but we're on Twitch where we're live. YouTube, we uplift the video at the end to YouTube, and you get to see basically a rebroadcast. So I'm looking to eventually get it dual streamed. There's just some technicalities I don't understand. I get the products, what I need. I don't understand which would be the best platform for my computer system and for you all to enjoy. But today, his flight is now out of Brazil with Azul Airline. Azul. And we are flying out of Cuiabá International. It's Sierra Bravo, Charlie Yankee, as you saw on the poster, headed down to Viracopos. Now, I kind of teased this a little bit to you guys in Twitch. This used to be a huge, and still is, a huge cargo port for Sao Paulo and Brazil. But as you will see, they have also added a lot more passenger. Now, I'm talking 10 years ago, folks, when probably my last flight was down there, maybe longer. And they had this little terminal to the south and west of the cargo area. Wait till you see, if you haven't been there, folks, in a long time like me, what's in the northwest corner. Wow. And I think this airline's one of them that's big, Goal, maybe a couple of others that helped grow that. And that is unreal. But we're flying the Toliss A320NEO for Azul. And we just got some things to do with the McDo, and we'll be ready to go. Had you been on our Twitch live feed, you would have been able to see some of the preparatory steps to this point. But again, we're going from, and please pardon my Spanish, Brazilian, Portuguese, whatever it is, Cuiabá to Viracopos. And Viracopos is, I miss going there. There was a huge scenery problem there when I came first over to X-Plane, so I kind of stayed away. But boy, when I touched down there a year or two ago in X-Plane 12, wow, is all I had to say. Wow. All right, so let's get up in the cockpit here. All right, let's bring Sim Toolkit in, do a pre-brief. Oh, by the way, we are on VATSIM, if you didn't notice the airplane next to us. Hang on a second. Where are you? There you are. So, today's loadout, 155 souls, 34,100 pounds. A payload, we're going to have a block fuel of 13,000. Now, it's actually up around 400 instead of 282. That's just the way the loader works here. And our route, you can read as is there. Cost index should be 28, but I think we're going a little hotter. 17 for the runway here, 15 down in Viracopos. 37,000 feet, folks. Ought to be a beautiful run. Weather here, now it's broken at 2,000. Kind of didn't look that way out the window there, but, you know, we'll look. It doesn't matter. That's plenty for us to get out of here. Over in Viracopos, 160 at 13 for the winds, and a scattered layer of clouds starting at 4,500 feet. Again, we've already got ourselves up on VATSIM, so all we got to do is just a motor scooter through the rest of the McDo, get the checks done, get the plane airborne. All right. While we were away, the GPS aligned. However, we did go into the init and got the coordinates. And all you got to do, folks, if you all didn't know, you're hearing it again from me. VATSIM's going to begin cracking down on you having up-to-date charts. One source for that, and it sucks because you got to pay for it, is NavGraph charts. I personally think you throw a directive like that out there, your VATSIM places should provide that, because I'm here to tell you some of those are not easy to find free, up to date. Okay, just spilling the beans on it. I don't know if because they want you to pay for their service, in whatever country it is, but here in the U.S. it's great because we got SkyVector, free charts, U.S. government charts. Not the greatest, not the worst. I mean, they each have, Jepson has humongous pluses. There are a couple minuses on it. The FAA charts, a whole bunch of minuses, but there are a couple of little pluses in it, besides the fact they give you what you need to fly it. So, anyway, I brought charts in. This is that program, folks, has navigation, let's try that word again. Navigation charts worldwide. And they're all up to date, or at least what the controllers are going to use. So we're spotted here in 07, and we came down here, got our coordinates here of south 1539.0, west 056, it's .7.2. All set up, ready to go. We pushed the init and we got our basic information. All right, today we're flying out of here from Marechal Rondon International in Cuiabá, Brazil, runway 17. Okay, we're going to be on the IROD 1B to BOVN. So let's look at that real quick, and then we're going to load it in here. First, put your nav information on the EFIS to plan, and lower it down to say 20 or 40. And then I'm going to zoom in, and I'm going to also position this in a better location. There we go. All right, so for our departure, we're going to fly pretty much straight out for about 17 miles to IROD U, then out to BOVN. Pretty simple, folks. Transition level here in Brazil, 4,000. Little different. You get closer to the coastline on around Sao Paulo and Rio. So always check that. Always watch any ATISs that come up. They usually will give you what it truly is, because they do change with barometric pressures in some locations. Okay, so what we need to do, what I'm going to do next is a little off script. If you follow the script that I use for this checklist, it's a little, I'm a little different. Well, folks, it would be real nice if the guy behind the mic would unmute. Sorry about that. Welcome in. Hope y'all were able to follow along. We're not going to go back through all of that. But right now, we are at a point where we were talking this lovely ATIS. Transition level 8,500. Pay that we needed to know. We're taking off and landing 1.5. We needed to know that. More importantly, expect the ILS Zulu for 1.5. And the runway's dry. So whether or not it'll be Gulf by the time we get there, we'll see. All right, so we'll be over here, click Arrival. Again, Zulu. So let's look at that real quick. We can do that with nav charts here, folks. Approach. And clicking in to see it, we'll have to click the chart. So basically, you see how it works. We've got a couple of transitions that we can use to get in there. UTLOT, we could come to ASPAC, ATARA, KP104, or DALEC, and then transition on to the ILS. I guess that would be fine. I don't like this turn, but like I said, almost either way, we had either a straight in or off a transition. So we'll select the ILS. Now we are on the UTLOT 1 Alpha. Via DALEC. And that is the only transition we have. Insert. Okay. Now, what did all of that do? Besides it put charts down here for us, it closed in things. So we got to UTLOT. Now we have, hang on, Irma, DALEC, and then ATARA, SBCY. Let's pull the chart up again, and then we're in. SBCY, we should be at 3790. By the way, it's 1,600 feet above sea level, almost 1,700. I'm sorry. Good Lord. What? It's 2,100 feet above sea level. What? Oh, okay. Never mind. Never mind that captain. He's scatterbrained today. Put him on oxygen. All right, and there's the rest of the route. There's our missed approach, which will go back to KP 104 to try again after we hold for a little bit and reassess. If we need to go to an alternate, it is going to be Sao Paulo. BGR, the big airport, not the little one. All right, so there you have it. Charts are loaded, and I am actually talking to you now instead of being muted. I can hear them going, oh, man, we liked it quiet. All right, now we'll go to RadNav, and I'm going to switch back to ARC. RadNav looks good. Now we go to Perf. Perf over here again. Why? We have a perf calculator for takeoff. Currently, the weather here in Cuiabá is, he says, 130. At 5. Temperature 36, QNH 1005, which translates 2968, a dry runway, no anti-ice required. We got a 7,000 foot runway. Let's look at flexing I'm going to be honest, I'm pretty sure we're toga. Well, considering that's why. 500 feet to stop. Can we say toga? Actually, hang on. No, let's wait. Let's go flaps 2. All right. Now we're starting to get some room. But with the high temperature and dew points, we probably would. Let's see if that gains us much more. Let's just toga. I'm going to go flex 2. What the heck? All right, and we're going to go 123 for V1. All right, so here's what we do. Come over here, fill in the data. Whoa. 10. Oh, I know why. Okay, we can't change the temperature if we needed to. 130 diagonal 5. Runway's dry. We've confirmed that. And we're gonna quit doing things like that. We're gonna go flaps 2. Request. The reason that is because I'm not set on the FCP in front. Okay, uplink. Click received, clear. This is if we went toga. We're going to go flex, flaps 2, up 0.3 for trim, 131, 136, 138. Why not? No, I'm going 1, 2, 3. All right, and all the rest we can just leave. Flex at 61, that's good. We're ready to go. Now I'm okay to click that. We just didn't have this set to 105 yet. All right, I'm gonna first clear out the baggage. All right, and we're gonna wrap this up, get ready to push back. I hope y'all are ready to fly, because I sure am. Time for us to fly. Hang on, and oh, I guess Sapalo approach covers them. Okay, cool, coolness. Oh, there I am. Trying to figure out where I am to set my VATSIM up to. All right, they're gone. Let's finish up here. So we're done with that. The get the fuel pumps on up here. Already are. We're good to go there. We're good here. Seatbelt sign on. And captain purse on. Altimeters, okay. Flight director on both sides. LS and constraints. VOR, 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 VOR. You can see I do things parallel. VOR. Actually, I'm going to leave that at 40. It's a straight out departure. That's ready. Altitude out of here. None given. Tells me we're going to 37,000 feet. All right. I'm going to do a real quick check here, folks. I want to make sure I don't have a flight lined up in one of my airlines. Nope. All right, so cool. That makes things a whole lot easier. All right, so over on this one, the first officer's McDo, we'll set it to flight plan. This is on performance on the captain's side. And I'm going to go ahead and tell the flight attendants close that door. I wish I had that authority, but in the flight sim I do. Real world, no. No. Nope, not today, folks. All right, we'll put that up there so it's easier for me to find. All right, we're ready to go. How about that, folks? Out of here in just under 30 minutes. Doors closed. Better pushback coming momentarily. And folks, it really is a better pushback.
Please show me where you want to go, sir.
Oh, crud. Hang on. I screwed up. 17 from our location. We need, okay, so we're going to push back, face south, and then we're going to, okay, then we're going to do that. Okay. Should have done that first, and I didn't think about it. And I screwed up again, but that's just a couple of different things to do here. Now, why is it such a better pushback? Well, at this airport, it really doesn't matter. But at some airports, they're going to want you to go to a specific spot number. And this thing can be set up to wiggle you, pull you up, and such to get you to that spot like they would in the real world. I watched them at Lambert one day here in St. Louis. It was amazing. So, yeah, I was thoroughly amazed. Are we off the external power? No. Now we are. Okay, off external power. Okay, I'm going to go ahead, come off chocks. And we're getting rid of the jetway. Seatbelts on, everything's set.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed, ready to connect.
Clear to connect, face south. That should give us plenty of room to get out of A on Alpha. Then we can back taxi 17. So I hope you all are having a fantastic Wednesday hump day. Folks, the hump, we're going over for the weekend. Hopefully you don't have to work, as we had somebody on the last flight tell us. I know that stinks, but I get it. You got to do what you got to do, especially with Christmas, and if you're ones that celebrate Thanksgiving coming up. All right, y'all ready to go? I sure am. Break off.
Starting pushback now, and you may start your engine.
Engine start is so easy. One day we are going to try it where we come up here, we use our manual engine starts, and we crossbleed. Not today. Now with these Pratt & Whitney Neos, sometimes we got to cool. And it's only 17 seconds. I have seen it as high as 30 to 90. Or not 90. Yeah, I think it was 90 now that I think about it. And don't ask me why they got it cool, but they do. If you ever watch a streamer, Devon Moe, I think it was, that told me why, he could fill you in. And there they go, lighting off. It's just weird. Now, the GE version doesn't do that. Now, you could run into warm-up and issues as well this time of the year, but yeah, it was kind of interesting.
Operation completed. Please set parking brake.
Brake set.
Disconnecting tow. Please stand by.
And the engine's available. Let's crank up number 1. It's got to cool. All right, there we go. Okay, so we're going to go alpha to the runway.
Tow is now disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hang signal.
Looks like we have a good light off.
Next time, have a safe flight.
And thanks, Better Pushback. Hope you have a great day. And for those curious here in X-Plane, the program is free. Just got to put it in your plugins. Updates with Skunk Craft, or yeah, Skunk Craft Updater. Didn't know that until I had to update one of the other planes I have. But it's a really great program, folks. Little quirky at the beginning, but you know, hey, everything's quirky if you listen to me long enough. All right, we are available. I'm going to go ahead, start the 3-minute warm-up timer, and let's get this going. Top side. Bleed off. Down here, arm up our spoilers. I like this better than the 330, but that may be just how the 330 is. What did we say? Flaps 2? Okay, we'll go ahead, reset our trim, and now lock the door. All right, pitch trim. What I do is set flight control, FCTL, to this page. We need up 0.3. So over here on your trim wheel, you want it to read up 0.3. Okay. And then I also check all of my surfaces. You want to make sure they hit that center mark even. Now, if you have the flight factor version of the A320, I'll show you one thing that it can do that I wish Toliss would adopt. There's not much I wish Toliss would adopt at all. Okay. Over here is your flight yoke stick. Here's your tiller. This right here your button, you can push it, and you can do your rudder check without affecting the nose gear steering. Pretty cool, I think. I don't know. You guys may say, is it a major fix they need to do to make me super, super happy? Heck no. I'm fine with it the way it is. But anyway, let's get back into it. APU off. Now, one thing you can have fun with, it doesn't really do anything, arm doors and slides. Although, if a door is open, it might close it. All right, so let's get ready for taxi, folks. How we doing? 2 minutes, 47 seconds, right on schedule. All right, taxi lights on. Elapsed time start. Brakes, flight controls, we just checked. Auto brakes to max. And terrain radar on. And that radar on. Also, you want potential wind shear on. Sierra Bravo Charlie Yankee traffic, Azul 1572 taxi, back taxi 17 for departure. Brakes off. Okay, we're set. I'm going to go ahead, arm up, get the lights out, not illuminated, and switch, deselect flight controls. Okay, nobody announced their inbound. My runway. All right, transponder to Tara, T-A-R-A. Radar's on. Lights coming on so people know we're on the runway. All right, we're good for takeoff. Flaps 2. And again, recap speeds 123, 136, 138. Y'all ready to go fly? All right, just doing some final regurgitation for me. Sierra Bravo Charlie Yankee traffic, Azul 1572 departing 17. Okay, timer's on. %. Flex. Airspeed's live, there's 80. $100, go. Rockin' V1. And rotate. Away we go. It's a nice straightaway shot, so I'm just taking it for a little bit. All right, there we can power back. Now we'll let the autopilot take over. 2500 was the base. And Sierra Bravo Charlie Yankee traffic, Azul 1572 in the clouds, 2500 feet out of the area. All right, we're on our way to Viracopos. IROD U is right ahead. Then we're over to POVNI and away POVNI. Then we're on our way. S speed. Wow, that just amazing. That deserves a screenshot. A little late, I know. Transition. Nobody online as of yet, and we are climbing out, folks. Hope y'all enjoy the ride. You know, there's one I don't think I turned on. Hang on a second, folks. I forgot one of my trackers I do like to use. Let me see if how that worked. So YSA. There we go. All right. I like to have Elevatech up and running. Oh, do we have a... Oh, it's the night-day line coming. Oh, we are going to get into twilight. Cool. I like being an alpha tester for Elevatechs. I like to always have it up and running. That way, I may find a problem and be able to route it to them on all my flights. Only had a couple issues so far. they are really gonna, folks, when this goes available to everyone, you're gonna really like this, so long as they don't go the way Volanta did, payware. If they do, they'll be equals. That's why I'm with Sim Toolkit. It's all free. So just to let you know, do a search for Sim Toolkit. Phenomenal software. You can set up flights in here, folks. You can, with your SimBrief account, mind you. Oh, I thought Azul rated us. That was yesterday. um, so that's why I use it. Will they come to that level? I don't know. But what they've done is phenomenal, and I hope they keep it free. Volanta has a lot of things free, but you'd be shocked what you do have to pay for. And I don't think you should have to pay for that. Another group have asked me to test as well. They've got a great program coming online too, and can't really talk yet much about them. But so far, what little I've seen of it, it looks good. So, plus there's a couple of aircraft products. When they're going to come, I don't know, but I do know they're well along in development. So, plus we're looking at a couple of easy for him to say, procurement items, both sound and aircraft to come. Maybe some sceneries too. So, all of that to say, it would be great if you subscribed. If the ads are getting to you, I get it. Sorry about that. It helps us out. Plus, of course, it helps Twitch, but it helps us, the streamers, out. But by you subscribing, folks, that's ad-free viewing. Plus, we have some subscriber things on the Discord. We're working on some emotes. I don't know how to do them, so bear with me as I learn this and try to make some. All right, we're through 16,000 feet, headed on up to cruise. Let's get all those lights that we turned on off. All right, we're on our way up, folks. I hope you enjoy the ride. It is... I was really hoping the 330 got rid of that. It didn't. There you have it, folks. Azul. Tomorrow, folks, because of Halloween, because of things going on, I only have one flight scheduled. So just so you're all aware, that is true. There's only one scheduled. I think you'll like it, though. All right, we're at POVNI, off the SID, working our way now towards Sapalo Viracopos, to be exact. Campinas, Brazil. Well, okay, great, Matt. Great to hear. Hopefully they come back with those, what they have to say about that. I'd love to hear that one. I know I've had issues with the weather updates actually crashing the sim to desktop. Hopefully the weather updates will cure that. But there you have it, folks, the A320 NEO. Hi, Bub, Brazil, headed to roughly Sao Paulo. I'm still, I'm not sure if I like this tail design. He's the one. Oh, yeah, this tail design, I'm still kind of, I don't know. It's different, that's for sure. Yeah, I've seen the movie Matrix. Not proud to say it. It wasn't one of those I really liked that much. Unfortunately, because of the day and age back then, I ended up seeing that one and I think the next two. And I don't like admitting to that. Now, I'm wondering, I've been hearing a lot about this scenery update coming. Changing it over to different file format or something along those lines. I hope I'm not spreading rumor and innuendo. Kind of curious how that's going to play out on my system. Um, yeah, like I said, I've seen them. I just, one was hard. Well, let me rephrase that. I could follow one, but when you saw the last one, I'm like, what the heck was one all about? Same with maybe two. And, hey, I guess that's what the director, producer, whatever creator was looking for. I totally did not understand much of anything in that movie. And don't get me wrong, I actually like Keanu Reeves in a lot of movies. That one, even though I know it was probably one of those top movies of his, I just had a hard time with. There's a fourth one coming out. Oh my gosh. Oh man. Wow. Now I'll tell you a Keanu Reeves movie I really liked. The Replacements. Um, that um, it's been out. Oh wow. Shows you. Well, TV's changed. Um, remember, what, 5 years ago, maybe 6 or 7, we could. I have not seen the John Wicks. I've heard about them. We used to get trailers all the time. almost as frequently as political ads this time of the year. No, just kidding. I mean, seriously, we knew what was going to be in the theaters. Today, I have no idea what's playing at my local theater or even what's coming down the pike. And like I said, I want to say about the time of COVID, um, maybe just before that, they like just stopped. No more trailers. Now they have them. Don't get me wrong. Obviously, you go to a movie, it's like 20 minutes of trailers and commercials before the actual movie starts, but you don't get that anymore where you know what to be looking for. The only way you know what to look for is the occasional movie reviews on the news. Beyond that, there's nothing. And I find that sad. And if Hollywood's complaining that nobody's in the theaters, to me, it's on them. I love the trailers. Um, as to your John Wick, I don't know. I've seen it. I think it's on Netflix right now. But or at least one of them is. I might have to try and watch it because I just watched one of the both two Reachers that were on um, Netflix. Kind of like this last one I watched, and I don't know if they're in order that I watched or not, but it was pretty good. So I'm hoping John Wick I'll kind of like too. And I've heard some people talk about it, so I'm kind of curious. But I do miss movie trailers, knowing what, plan a date night with my wife. I can't do that anymore. I don't want to go to the theater and go, I don't like any of this garbage up here. And maybe her say the same thing because we just don't know. Because we have to go on the computer, look them up. It's just ridiculous when you could have just ran the trailers on the networks like you used to. And sorry for that little rant there, folks. That just kind of nudged me that way. But yeah, I'll be looking for John Wick. Where are we? 36,000. I thought we were getting close because I saw the contrails kick up. And oh, shame on me. Hang on. We'll run Elevate Tech since we talked about it. We got about an hour, I think, to our destination. Hour and 15 minutes. So the cool thing is we do have something out there. I probably won't see it. Maybe we will. Sorry about that. Needed a cough. Coming in from Mexico, a heavy. So that's what Viracopos used to be. Like I said, a cargo port. So, but anyway, folks, I hope you enjoy the ride. We got about an hour and 15 minutes back down towards Sao Paulo. Except we'll be at Viracopos, and then we'll try to go somewhere else into Brazil. And also, we're going to get back towards the other side, Colombia, Peru, Ecuador. Fly some flights over there too. Welcome back from the break, folks. as the Sari bot told you, if the ads are, you know, getting to you, you can always remove the ads by clicking subscribe. You had a successful, awesome, in the Flight Factor A320. That's awesome to hear. So glad you were able to do that. I've been actually lately having a Microsoft error when I shut the sim down with it, so I don't know if the update didn't go well or what. I mean, I'll be honest, I do like the A320. I like it better over in X-Plane 11 than I do X-Plane 12. I think the cockpit looks better in X-Plane 11 than 12. But what Microsoft, oh, it's some kind of X64 error that comes up. Matter of fact, the last time I flew it, we were trying to do one of those in-between flights, switch-offs, and do I have zinc checked? I don't know. Let's find out. I think zinc's like, yeah, I have it checked, as you can see on the screen. Should I uncheck it when I get on the ground? I don't try to change too much while I'm actually flying. Speaking of which, we're getting good frame rates. Ah, okay. I'll do that. I'm going to go ahead and pull a map up here. Whoa. Blinded by the light. Holy mackerel. 68 frame rates. I haven't seen that in ages. If only that would happen in LA or JFK, coming in the weather with 6 or 10 people on the ground. I'm not going higher than that because it'll, no matter where I'm at, it bogs down. We'll definitely try that. I'm not even sure what zinc does, so I think it got checked by an update or whatever. So also wish the cirrus clouds would come back. We had them for a brief moment, and they kind of like changed back to this style. So I miss when we actually had them. Unless they were causing a performance issue. Maybe they were. All right, so let's press on, folks, for another hour or so. We'll be gotta jump, gotta catch the net. Will do. But I will try. Yeah, I will be doing that. Unchecking zinc. I don't like doing things in flight, but on the ground, we'll do it. So bad things always happen to me when I try to change things on the fly in flight. So, but hey, glad to have you. It's some kind of OpenGL bridge. Many plugins are on OpenGL, and it's ancient tech, but it would apparently require quite a rewrite for a plugin to write everything from the ground up. Okay. But yeah, I'll give it a try here once we're on the ground unchecking and see what happens. Watch me get 200 frame rates a minute. Yeah. Yeah, that's a pipe dream. Potentially buggy on NVIDIA, practically required on okay. Well, we'll find out. We'll give it a uncheck and see what happens when we get on the ground. Well, I'll be right back, folks. All right, folks, I'm back. Sorry for that. Little bit of stuff going on here at the house. We'll continue on here. Looking at about, what is that, an hour to our destination. We're starting to see some popcorn thunderstorms. So we'll see if the radars pick any of that up. All right, so I hope y'all have had a great day. Again, I will get that zinc turned off and we'll try it tomorrow, see what happens. May turn it right back on, who knows? So, all right, so let's turn LS off, constraints, go to airports. LS and constraints off over here, airports as well. All right, and there we go. We got some higher terrain below us, but rain-wise, within the next 40 miles, we're doing good. Let's push that out, see if 80 will work. All right, so right now we have no weather in and around us. So now there is another way to check, folks. You could go to the map, simply click M, shows a very big plane getting ready to gobble us up. But right now, no rain in sight. So we'll just continue on. I hope you enjoy. And have a great Wednesday as we roll into Halloween tomorrow. Now, also, if you can't find the checklist, I have two, folks. One from Toliss. I don't think it was in the manuals. I think I found it by doing a Google search. The other is my A319 one that I've used. Oh, no, that's my A321 I'm thinking of. So, the cockpits are so similar that you can really work through them pretty nice and easy. Speaking of which, let's do a system check, shall we? All right, so we're going to be watching our lower ECAM, and I'm just going to start going through the pages. We're just making sure that everything looks good. Valves are open and closed as they should. Pressurization looks good. Electrics, if you're curious, here's a diagram. Hydraulics. And your fuel. If you notice, actually, we're pretty well balanced. How about that one? That's, oh no, we're not, 27. All right, so let's head up top and balance. Okay, so we got more fuel right side than left. First thing we'll do, this is your fuel panel right here. Click the I hate when it was right on there. And now we're able to bring fuel from both sides of the aircraft to both engines. However, we're going to shut the pumps off over on the left side. That warning is, hey, my engine's not getting fuel. Crossover. That's what I was thinking. Oh, may 59 years old be much better to you than me. But all it's doing is allowing engine 1 to pull from the right side as engine 2 is. That's how it's going down. It's not actually feeding fuel in. It just opened the pipe up for the fuel to go to engine 1. Some will backwash in. And it shouldn't take more than 5 minutes, folks. All right, we're getting close. See how it backed a little bit of fuel into the tank? Not much. It's not like it's transferring it over. Okay, so we're about to. Don't kill the crossover first. Start your pumps back up. Now, clear it and then click fuel, open it back up. Make sure we're fair. Within 10, I'm okay. Okay, so everything's draining good, and close your crossover. So we're back to left side taking care of engine 1, right side taking care of engine 2. And that's how you balance your fuel out in the aircraft. Same process, maybe a little different in the other aircraft that we fly, but overall that's the theory. So you balance everything out in flight. All right, let's get back to what we were doing. All right, so we'll continue clicking all. APU is just saying it's off. Now, this is our temperatures. They look good. Now, yes, all the doors are closed, slides are armed, but what you pay attention more to here is that each of the air tanks in the cockpit are at the proper PSI or allowable. This is what the pilots and co-pilot will use in an emergency descent. The people behind you are on oxygen. Canisters, but that's not right. Anyway, it basically is a system. Actually, that brought an aircraft down, believe it or not. But it's what is the oxygen you pull when the masks drop and you pull the cord and you start breathing. Oxygen generators. I guess that is the right word. It's not a lot, but once you get down to around 10,000 feet, you're where it should be safe to breathe and not end up passing out. Actually, you get below 15,000, you have time, believe it or not, and then they'll usually get down around 10, 12,000. Reason I say you'll have time, there's an airport called El Alto out in Bolivia, and it's 13,000 feet above sea level. 100,000 or more people live in this city. 13,000 feet. You guys that know aviation know you're on oxygen at above 12. They're living, doing everything we do, folks, to support a city. It just shows you get acclimated to that higher height. Mongolia, same kinds of things, Himalayas and all. It's just amazing, that altitude. You want to get a good display of it? There's a show on, you can try and look up, especially those of you overseas. The Amazing Race. They haven't been in South America in those kinds of environments quite a while. But in the beginning days, if you can look up like the first couple of years worth of episodes, they will have traveled through places like Bolivia Ecuador, possibly the higher terrain of Peru and Chile. Folks, they're not just racing through there. They have to do tasks like wrestling, rocker, something, physical tasks that will teach those of us that live down near sea level what life is like at 13,000 feet, almost, well, just over or at 2 miles above sea level. So, anyway, long story, but it's very fascinating. But that's what those oxygen generators, they put the oxygen in, the airplane does an emergency descent. Gets down to 12,000 feet, and they go on, and everyone can come off their masks. All right. All right, so let's just cruise on, folks. Hope you enjoy. I want to thank you all for being a part of Flying with Mike today. It is a pleasure always to fly and serve you all. Hope you all enjoy. And like I said, the first video will be up to YouTube later tonight. This one probably sometime tomorrow. So enjoy. We're going to kind of cruise along, and I'm not sure when we're going to hit ATC. I'll be honest with you. Oh, I can be honest. I don't think we have ATC right now. Wow. Yeah, we don't. And the runway changed behind us. Oh, that nav graph charts is really interesting. So, folks, if the ads, Saribot kind of says it, those of you of hearing my voice are either for somehow not hearing the ads or you've already subscribed. But if you want to miss the ads, subscribing's the easiest way. I've got the price tag here. But if you consider subscribing, it will remove ads and support the stream. So folks, we really appreciate it. It helps me to purchase new sounds for the aircraft. Scenery is coming. I'm just very skittish. The ones I want, I'm very skittish over because I already have trouble with default. And I'm scared how much more it'll add to it. But in the interest of the better, welcome back from the ad, folks. If the ads are too much, consider subscribing. Will remove the ads from your viewing. So, but as I was trying to tell them, your subscribing, by the way, folks, helps me to purchase. I have my eye on at least one. My eye has been on one airplane. I am having a hard time spending on this aircraft, especially since it's not X-Plane 12. And it really, uh-oh, something just came up. Hang on. Where is that? Anyway, so I'm looking at sceneries. I'm looking at sound sets to add to these aircraft. The one that we have for the A320, I just flat out love. Why I haven't gone into this one, or the A319 or the 321. One problem, you have CFs and PW engines, CFs and IAEs. I don't know which one to get. So that's one problem. The money's there. Two, the installation. The installation on the A320 was super simple. When I went to try to install some sounds on the A350, not so simple. And I didn't really hear anything different as I do on the A320. So that kind of now made me skittish. But the big thing is knowing what to get. The MD-11s could really use some help. The 767 could really use some help. So we're looking at adding sounds to them. Scenery, we're also looking at JFK, O'Hare, maybe a couple others that I frequent more often than not. And see what we can do there. So, really, all of this to say, when you subscribe, not only are you getting ad-free viewing, you're supporting this channel, and we take that money and put it to the actual stuff of the stream. I'm also, just a heads up, before we begin, before we monetize in YouTube, we're able to right now. I want to be able to dual stream. Now, I know Restream. I've heard some things that I want to verify, or verify by watching. Usually that's more of the proof in the pudding there than, you know, talking with someone, is actually watching it. Both Restream and this other couple of other ways to do it. And I want to make sure my system can handle it. So there's a lot we're trying to do, folks, and I appreciate those that have come aboard and continue to subscribe to us. We sure appreciate you. We appreciate all of you, from followers to subscribers over in YouTube to the subscribers here in Twitch. Subscribing in YouTube's different than here in Twitch. So think of subscribing in YouTube as following. So, all right, so we're on our way. I need to be quiet. It's 40 minutes to the destination. And looking down, we're looking at about 170 miles to Viracopos. Real quick for those. All right. Sorry, folks. I hope none of that's getting through. All right. So Viracopos, we're looking at UTOL 1 Alpha. So we're going to come over UTLOT below 16,000, Irma below 11. Oh, that's why it went for Dalek. Okay. Dalek at 6,500. I did not see that when I first looked. I'm glad we did this. Transition was 8,500. We'll try to remember that. And they change, folks, in some of the countries, different airports, different numbers. All right, ILS, Dalek, 6,500, over to Atera, 4,400, and we'll make sure we continue that descent to 3,790. In for the arrival. Here's our numbers for the frequencies we could tune. ILS, we don't have to tune. That's already done for us in the McDo's. SBCY, 6 miles out, 3,790 feet on the altimeter tape. Decision altitude 2,300 feet or 200 feet above the ground. What's the difference? It's 2,300 feet above sea level. The brackets are 200 feet above ground. So you can see what those numbers look like. The airport itself is 2,170 feet above sea level. The runway is 2,139. There's the approach. There's our vertical. We got a Mauser with Pappies, should be both sides. There's our minimums for cloud heights. 200 feet, by the way, is what your METAR would be. So if it's 002, that is the max. Higher is great. Lower, we're in trouble. RVR visibility, 700 meters or 800 meters. Okay. We can come down to 550 meters RVR using a flight director autopilot or heads up. Heads up. All right, and then once on the ground, here's what I've been dying to show you. We'll get off hopefully at Fox, come back. Here's this, by the way, is the old terminal. This was the cargo parking area, which is shortened. This is the new terminal. Yeah, this is all new, folks. This is amazing. And that's where we're aiming for. So matter of fact, let's go ahead. What is it? 9 Fox. So there you have it. We'll park in one of those spots. I'm going to save that. X, and we're on our way, folks. Give us about 20 minutes. We should be at top of descent. And then headed in for arrival. Thanks for flying with us here on Flying with Mike. Flying Azul 1572. And thank you again so much for your support. All right, folks. Sorry for all of this off and on. But again, thanks for being here with Flying with Mike. Hope your day is going great. It's Wednesday. It's Hump Day. The weekend. Hopefully you're off. I know we've had one person on here at least say they're not, and so. But enjoy, I hope, and be safe, especially tomorrow. Those of you who do celebrate Halloween with those little trick-or-treaters, be mindful of them, and be mindful of yourself. You know, be safe. All right, we are currently 112 out from top of descent. And I just noticed we had something active. There we go. That also right there gives you a pretty good breakdown of how all the systems are doing on the plane. Each one of the buttons, though, will take you in a little deeper and let you see how things are. All right, well, wherever that approach was, they're no longer. I don't see them up. I'm looking on VATAware, or VATSPY. Oh, there they are. Okay, they're up in Brasilia. Okay. Ah, we have a cargo lux behind us. Cool. But I hope you all have a great time. I hope you've enjoyed these two flights. Tomorrow, we're one flight will be coming out of Toncontín down in Honduras. I hope you'll enjoy that. It should be fun. It's about a 2-hour flight. And I'm kind of restricted to the one flight because of our Halloween festivities with the granddaughters. This will be her third. The other two, well, this will be their first, and they will never remember it, probably, except through pictures. So, ought to be fun. All right, looks like approach came up again. They're up and down playing that game. So we'll set up, see if they'll be up when we get there or if they're going to be on the downside. Actually, don't even know what to call them, to be totally honest. Other than, hey, approach. Oh, Sapalo approach. Okay, I can deal with that. That's easy. But we still got a ways to go. Again, the key here, as we saw in the brief, is below 16,000 at UTLOT, UTLOT, and below 11 and above 6,500 at Dalek. That's what we've got to concern ourselves with. Should be doable. Are we getting close enough? Yes. All right. All right, we're about 80 miles out, so let's pull it in here. According, let's see what the METAR reads, 2100, 2100. So the numbers here match. 130 at 17, 25 degrees. QNH is, standby, equivalent to 2997. Oh, excuse me. Currently 25 degrees, so we're looking good there. We're on a 10,000 foot runway. We're going to go medium this time on the brakes, and everything else looks good. Compute 134. Perfect. And we're not going to go very far at all down the runway. We may, well, no, we'll still plan. If we're lucky, we'll get off at Alpha. Otherwise, Foxtrot and taxi back. Why I brought the FMC over here, we'll click next and next. QNH, it's 1015. This is what I would love to see on the takeoff page. Would love to see it. Is it a mandatory requirement? No. But boy, it would sure make things easier, like it does here. Okay, now we have to make our decision on the decision altitude or height. Okay, decision altitude, baro, meaning altimeter, is 2339. Or we can go 200 feet above the ground, which is what radio is. I'm going to go ahead and just do that one. Makes it so much easier for all of us. Now, we're looking at a approach speed of about 134. We'll see how we do there. And we're going to try to land it at 128. Now, let's go ahead and put this one back. I want to show you another thing we can do. Okay, UTLOT is where we're headed. First off, let me go back. The left side, here's what you get. You get your hold, your fix information. If you need to add an airway, you can put it in there. The right side, folks, you can put speed constraints, altitude constraints, your step altitudes, what your limitations are, and access your wind. Request. This will update. Clear. And that's your descent winds. And then finally, arrivals, approach data set. We're ready. Once we get to about 20 miles out, from there, we'll set our top of descent. We're almost there, folks. We're ready to switch over if we are told to. Hope y'all are having a wonderful day. Enjoy Halloween tomorrow. We'll be on tomorrow out of Toncontín, Honduras, Techigalpu. I never can say that place right. One of the more, a little bit of a challenged approach there, folks. You ought to look into that airport as well. So it was fun, even though we kind of came in kind of rough, fast. All of the things I said I didn't want to do, we did. All right, so enjoy, folks. We're about to start our descent, and I never turned the seatbelt sign off. Poor people. They're back there going, oh, we're holding it so long. But overall, I really like Azul paint scheme for this airline. Just that tail. I don't know what it is about it that just, I don't know. Uh-oh, what's going on here? That's what went on. Okay. Like, why can't I go to the other side like I wanted? How'd I hit that? Oh well. Knowing me any number of ways. All right, there you go, folks. The weather we saw is what we still have current. Ooh, there's a little bit of some weather to our north. Wonder if we can see any of that. Could be some of this blow off. I just don't like how it flattens out, but it would be further out, I'm pretty sure. All right, folks, we're about to initiate our descent. Let's plan 6,500. That should translate out well for us on our descent. One other thing we need to put in. Let me take a look. Make sure. Okay, VATSIM, this is information Charlie. 150, it's 17. I'm not sure where he's getting that from. KVOC and 25 degrees. Transition 8,500 feet. Okay, so we want to make sure that's in there. What that's going to do for us, folks, real simple. When we cross 8,500, this will go and start flashing your barometric where it says standard. Right down there in the lower right corner, it'll start to flash. Okay, I am going to initiate our descent. About 80 miles out. That should be fine to get us under 16,000. And I hope y'all enjoy the arrival. Hoping we can enjoy the VATSIM company and make this a good landing for y'all. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the captain speaking. We have begun our descent into Viracopos. Weather is beautiful. Winds are out of the southeast at 17. Temperature 25. So I hope you all enjoy. I hope you enjoyed the service, and we should be on the ground here in about 15-20 minutes. All right. All right, we're starting to get a little bump here and there. All right, thanks again, folks, for sticking around. We love having you aboard, and hope you enjoy this flight. This will be the last one tonight. Tomorrow, like I said, we'll only have the one flight out of Toncontín, Honduras, headed to Panama. So I hope you enjoy it. All right, we got to get under 16 by UTLOT. We're down to 2,500 feet a minute, descending quite nicely, so everything's looking good. See how it looks out back. He says cautiously. There we go. Well, I thought we might have a twilight arrival. It's not looking like it, folks. Yeah, I think the sun's still high up. I don't think I had time set on here. Maybe I did. Who knows? Let me look at something. Oh yeah, it should be dark. Huh. I did something. Oh well. We'll be on the ground here shortly, folks. Thank you so much for flying with Mike. And for those curious, just realize we're set for 6,500 Dalek, and so that's why the hockey stick is up here instead of here. All we have to do is get below 16 and get below 11 before then. Beautiful weather, though, man. All right. Wow. Okay, 23. That's not bad. Let me just make sure. 19.6. Okay. Sapalo approach. Azul 1572 with you through flight level 230 inbound Viracopos.
Azul 1572, good evening, sir. Change is call code to 3744. Are you there?
Ooh, that didn't work. 3744 and we'll ident. Azul 1572. 3744.
Azul 1572, radar content, descent via UTLOT 1 Alpha, expect LS Zulu runway 15. You're clear to descent level 100.
Okay, try that again. Azul 1572 down via the UTLOT 1 Alpha arrival down to 10,000. Expecting the 15 Zulu approach into Viracopos.
That's correct. Azul 1572, flight direct Atara.
What's the fix we're flying direct to?
Azul 1572, resume flight direct Atara.
Okay.
Alpha Tango Alpha Romeo Alpha.
Azul 1572 copies Atara. We had to pull the chart up to find it. All right, we'll go just direct down per the descent.
Yes, continue descent, no restriction for level 090.
Now 090, Azul 1572. We'll get this right yet, folks. They're making it a little complicated. I'm actually going to steepen it. And we're going direct Atara. Insert. I said insert. There we go. Again, 8,500. And for transition, 9,000's where we're headed currently. And all right, folks, we're almost there. Welcome soon to Viracopos. I loved this airport when I was flying cargo, folks. Boy, did I love coming in here. One, you got a pretty decent haul from Miami, about 8 to 10 hours. Anywhere else in the States, of course, much longer. Just loved flying down here. Rarely got to Sao Paulo itself proper, or any of the two airports that I love flying there right now, or over to Rio, and didn't even know about Santos Dumont for probably most of my career flying here on the sim. Maybe the last year is when I started hearing about this and gave it.
1572 continue descent to 5,400 feet. Altimeter setting KNH 1015.
Azul 1572 continuing to 5,400 and 1015 on the altimeter. We have Charlie.
That's correct, thank you.
Okay, let's go ahead, pull some speed brakes. So I used to just love this. Now they've got this passenger terminal there. Oh man. The problem with X-Plane 11, there was this huge, well, not huge, but a significant bump, if you will, in the runway where the textures didn't match up. And I could never get it fixed. So I ended up stopping my flights in there. And boy, do I love that airport, folks. Coming on 10,000. Let's go ahead, slow this up. Okay, give me more speed brake. Okay, let's get those lights on. Okay.
Azul 1572, after Tala, you're clear to ILS Zulu runway 15, call me established.
Call you established, 15 Zulu, cleared the approach after Atara. Azul 1572. Okay, let's go to LS. Constraints. IKP, is that correct? IKP is correct. Don't have a heading yet. Let's go here as well. And I'm going to downgrade that. Should be 149 for our heading. And speed brakes are up. Let's set medium, correct? Isn't that what we said over here? Yeah. And Okay, we're about 30 miles out. Ah, localizer's alive. Still no glide slope yet. We're still a good 20 mile out. 25 or plus miles out. And I don't have a visual yet on it. Okay, folks, again, good time. Put in your prediction. By the time we get to Saspu, which is 6 miles out, you're running out of time. When we level at 5400, we are going to pull the speed to 180. Whoop, wrong dial. Okay, we can go approach. And Sapalo approach, Zool 1572, establish localizer for 15 Zulu, end of Viracopos.
Azul 1572, clear land, runway 15, wind the wind is 130 degrees and 17 knots.
Okay, Azul 1572, we're cleared to land 15, and we got the winds, thanks. First set of flaps.
Approach, good evening, Alpaca 75 Heavy, passing flight level 250.
Alpaca 75, change scope code 3741 and enter plate.
3741, ident, Alpaca 75.
Alpaca 75, radar contact, continue descent via Evrel 1 Alpha for level 150, expect ILS Yankee runway 10 right.
Set by the Ever 1 Alpha, arrival down to 150 for Yankee 10 right, Alpaca 75 Heavy.
Think I've got the runway in sight, but let's proceed a little bit more. Ragazips, Zisp. Thank you for the follow. Thank you for being a part and coming aboard with a follow. Gear.
Alpaca 75, flight direct to Sampa.
Direct to Sampa, Alpaca 75.
Okay, slow to 135. One more time with the lights. Exclamation mark the word predict and a negative number will get you in. See how you do predicting the landing. We'll see how I do. I've got the runway in sight. Finally see some pappies. Cabin ready landing lights. Okay, we're all set. Brake set. Oh, no, we're not. About we get some spoiler action set up. Armed. All right, my plane. Okay, we've got a good drift here. Ooh, 057 now at 2. Just reading the navs.
5 continue descent, no restoration for level 100.
Continue descent, flight level 100, Alpaca 75.
Okay, things are looking good. On course, on track, and on glide. Still keep thinking about turning the trees down just a smidge. I think there's still too many on these approaches. All right, visually we look good. Reds, yeah, next to whites, we're looking good. And we're stable. Is that like a wall? Oh well. Concentrate more on the approach, I know. We're getting a little high on the glide. Landing, stable.
Alpaca 75, continue descent 8,000 feet, altimeter setting NH1018.
Continue 8,000 feet, 1018 for the altimeter, Alpaca 75.
Stinks. We got to go all the way up to Fox. Oh well.
Azul 1572 on ground at 31, port runway vacated via Foxtrot.
We'll report. Oop. We'll report leaving at Fox. Azul 1572's off at Foxtrot to the ramp. Unless you're going to give me something weird.
Azul 1572, what position would you like to ignite?
I'll be honest, I have no idea which one we would normally go to.
Okay, perfect. Don't worry, sir. Tax approved to gate Charlie 10. Tax approved via Charlie Kilo 2, November 1, to Charlie 10.
Okay, so all right, the Charlie Kilo 2 Lima 1 to Charlie 10 Azul 1572.
That's correct, sir. Have a great night.
Thanks for the ATC. Great job.
Thank you, too.
All right, that was fun, folks.
Apaca 75, continue your descent to 7,000 feet, altimeter setting 1018.
Continue down to 7,000, 1018 altimeter, Alpaca 75.
Welcome to Campinas.
Apaca 75, fly direct low main.
I'm kind of
Direct
confused.
domain, Alpaca 75.
I see what we're doing. That made no sense, but kind of, sort of. Looking at my chart doesn't make sense. And let's get the flaps up. Spoilers. Unlock the door.
Apaca 75, continue descent to 6,000. After low main, you're clear to ILS Yankee runway 10 right, calm established.
Continue down to 6,000, clear for the LS 10 right, Yankee approach, call when established, Alpaca 75.
Now that ramp there, folks, off to the corner here of the post, that's where all the cargo went. And that's pretty much all that was here, besides the passenger terminals right over there. All right, folks, I hope you've enjoyed this little flight down here in Brazil. I think I've had a ball with it. It has been great ATC from approach, and great job coming in. I haven't looked to see what we landed at. I'll worry about that once we get parked.
TAN 3027, contato radar, desça sem restrições para uma centena, voo direto Sampa. Uma centena autorizado, direto Sampa, o 3727.
Okay, we're looking for Kilo 2. I don't know how we get over to Lima 1. That made no sense. Unless it was Kilo 1. Wow. That actually looks really nice. There's our terminal, folks. looks like jetways too. Cool. All right, let me get in here. Kilo 2. Charlie 10. All right, we'll see if that shows up on the ground here. Pretty easy to find.
Tá 3027, continue sua descida sem restrições para 8.000 pés, ajuste 1018. Controle de São Paulo, Cuiabá, boa noite, é o Gol 1017. Gol 1017, troque transponder para 3761, identifique. Afirmativo, transponder 3761 para o Gol 1017. Da 3027, continue sua descida para 8.000 sem restrições, ajuste 1018.
Autorizado 8.000 sem restrições, 1018 para o 307.
Apacar 75, could you confirm stabilize, runway 10 right?
Fully established, 10 right, Alpaca 75.
Apacar 75,
We're in?
land, runway
All right.
10 right, wind
Let's finish this
190
up.
degrees 7 knots.
Landing,
10 right, clear to land,
where
Alpaca
are we?
75.
Landing rule, mode,
1017.
terrain should be off, better be off, radars off, standby, brake temps, looking good,
Afirmativo, descendo via
and
Vital no Alfa, aguarda NP Yankee para pista 17 direita, Gol 1017.
do that all the time for some reason in this plane.
Controle de São Paulo, muito boa noite, é o Papa Serra Hotel Alfa Mike, transfere a 10 milhas de Ibidal.
Papa Serra, Hotel Alfa Mike, troca transponder para 3732, identifique.
3732 vai identificar o Hotel Alfa Mike.
Ativo Papa Serra Hotel Alfa Mike, aguarde o Guital no Alfa para o final do RNP Yankee, pista 17 direita.
O Guital no Alfa com RNP Yankee, dá 17 direita de Congonhas, o Hotel Alfa Mike.
Papa Serra Hotel Alfa Mike, contato radar, nível de voo 260, quando no ideal está autorizado descida para o nível de voo 120 via start.
Quando no ideal autorizado 120 via chegada, o Hotel Alfa Mike.
on ground at 43. Call me Rene Vacate.
We'll call you when we vacate. Alpaca 75 Heavy.
BRA 1723 na escuta de São Paulo. BRA 1723 São Paulo Control. Tá 3027, continue sua descida para 6.000 sem restrições.
6.000 sem restrições, o 3.
All right, we're in here. Sorry, folks. I hit the wrong switch up here.
BRA 1723 São
I
Paulo.
went for the bus tie instead of the EPU bleed. Yeah, big difference.
BRA 1723 São Paulo.
All right, we are on the ground. I'm going to go ahead and disconnect so we can talk this one out and then call it a night. Folks, it has been a wonderful pleasure. We have had a phenomenal flight in both areas, both McGuire to MacDill earlier, and then Cuiabá to Viracopos here in Brazil. Just phenomenal flights today. All right, now we were not on with any ACAR system, so I'm just looking over mine. 272 is what Elevatech showed us at. That's our overlay. I'm also a alpha tester here. Now, Sim Toolkit is the one we like. And if I could just get it up here, there it goes. 316 is what it got us at. And let me see if I can find one of my... See if anyone else jumped in here. Oh, thank you. Ragazip, appreciate it. His cargo apron. Yep. 316. Yep, looks like I was the only one. So, all right. Well, hopefully y'all jump in next time. Enjoy. Let me get rid of this. Okay. With this, we'll complete the flight. And then... There we go. We already know 316. Here's the general gist of the flight. Campinas is right here. Sao Paulo right there. View our details. 2-hour flight, 600 miles, almost 700 miles, 3,600 kilograms, 1.3 Gs, and a really nice landing. Right on the numbers. Finally, we floated a little, it looks like 1,700 feet, 2 feet off the center line. And we are, I believe, somewhere like right here. And again, this is that cargo. Actually, that's a lot smaller than it used to be. But that used to be the bread and butter here. And then a lot of like gold, all the others would park here. All right, anyway, a long time ago, things change. Well, folks, I hope you enjoyed this one. It was fun. And look forward to tomorrow. We'll be flying out of Toncontín into Panama. So for now, folks, I hope you enjoy. Have a safe Halloween. For those who celebrate, be careful with the little kiddos out there that'll be out, those little ghouls and goblins and hop-along trolls. Be safe. Be nice to them. Be very watchful for them. So for now, we're going to sign off. See you tomorrow, and hope you enjoy. God bless.